Hello and welcome. Today we are in the Tier 8 Japanese aircraft carrier, the Kaga. And as usual on the Kaga, we will focus on using the torpedo bombers because they're just better. The dive bombers are pretty good, but the torps are better. So, the plan is to launch the torpedo bombers, just fly straight towards the enemy, see where they are, and then pick a target, because obviously we can't actually make a choice before we see them. It is a tier 6 to 8 battle, so we are expected to carry. Okay, so the enemy CV spawned on the southern part of the map, because we can see where the fighter came from, roughly. Or I mean the rocket plane. So there's the gas can and the Nagato. Okay, those are what spawned roughly in the middle. So let's see what spawned at. Oh, Amagi. Amagi is a great target. And considering that all of those ships from there usually go to the northern sea cap, right? It means that they should be showing me broadside. I think I should really drop the Amagi, but I feel really tempted to drop this Charles Martel, so I'm gonna try doing that. But this is usually a mistake, because cruisers are pretty fast, and the thing is that they are far away enough from the enemies right now that they are willing to do things like show broadside to dodge, right? Wow, that even missed completely. Oh my god. Damn, that was a very bad drop. I was hoping for a lot better there. I lost a lot of planes, and I used the heal for basically nothing in return. Damn. Yeah, that was a bad drop on the Charles Martel. But then again, it shows that the Charles Martel slowed down and turned, and the thing is, as I tried saying earlier, because they're so far away from the enemies, they can do these kinds of maneuvers without feeling any kind of consequences for it. So this is why dropping on a cruiser at the start tends to not be a great idea. Even battleships will be turning like that. It's just that they tend to be slower and bigger, so it's still easier to hit them while they do these maneuvers. But at the start of the game, it tends to be pretty difficult to land all the torps, unless the enemy is complying. That they are cooperating with you in hitting as many torps as possible. Here though, maybe we have some more luck. Although the gas can seems to already be turning away a little bit. Maybe we can do it. I am a little rusty, so the amount that I lead might not be as great. Something I realized somewhat recently, yeah, there's two torps are gonna miss completely, damn. Ship's too fast. But something I realized recently is that the torpedoes actually seem to arm a little earlier than the indicator shows. So if you put the line exactly in the middle of the ship, those torpedoes should still arm, even though it looks like they wouldn't be able to arm. I tried to give a little more time though for that, because if you press too late, right? If you press a little early, you maybe hit one fewer torpedo, but if you press too late, you aren't gonna hit any. And we hit all four here, so I'm happy with that. We have lost a cruiser so far. That's not great. Puts us a little bit behind. But position-wise, I think everything's alright. We've done some damage to them. They've done some damage to us. I mean, it's 420k versus 430k. It's more or less the same. I'm gonna start moving my CV up a little. Wait, what's going on here? I'm looking at the mini-map. There's a kid somewhere here. Like on our side of the map. Well, I mean, there he is. But he actually took out the cruiser that was capping C. That's very surprising. That is very surprising. Well done to the kid. It's bad for us though, because now we're 2 ships down and they are gonna get the C cap. Our Vastaras is not in a position to really contest them. This is gonna be an attack from a very awkward angle on the gas can. I'm just gonna hope for the best. I don't really know what I'm expecting. Maybe 1 or 2 torpedo hits. Regardless though, it will mean that I can turn around and do a second drop. That's gonna be great. Wait, what? I hit all 4 torpedoes? What? How does that happen? Wow, this gas can really is cooperating with us. He's trying to eat as many torpedoes as possible, it seems. Okay, well, we go again. More torpedo bombers. You basically want to launch torp bombers until you can't anymore. Once you drop below like 7 or maybe 6 torp bombers left, I think it's time to try other planes to let the torp bombers recover a little bit. But until you can bring up at least that many, I think torp bombers are completely acceptable. Now, dropping on a destroyer is always basically luck. It's not RNG type of luck, it's just luck whether the destroyer tries to dodge, whether the torpedoes get into the correct position. It's not really up to you whether you succeed or not. Well, or he could just die as well. But I mean, I hope we helped a little bit make the Fubuki start turning, so our Kagero had a little bit of an easier time. I think I should try to drop on the Bayan. Bayan is a little bit of a smaller battleship though, so hitting with the torps might not be quite as easy as you think, at least if the angle isn't like perfectly correct. This is something you run into a lot on the tier 6, 7 types of battleships, where the ships just aren't as big, and so it makes it a little harder to hit them. Especially because some of them are relatively slow, but they're pretty maneuverable, they turn pretty well. Okay, I wonder how many we're gonna hit on the Bayan. Wait, what? Only one? Wow, I am really surprised. That's some good dodging by the Bayan. Well done. Well done. Or bad drop on me. I guess both. But still, well done by the Bayan. That's what you're supposed to do. On the other hand though, I think I'm gonna go back. Because I want to help the Shimanto and the Mackensen and the Lyon. Because if we can secure the A-cap, then we'll have some linchpin to fight from. And they can start heading over from over there towards us. Although I think we don't even really need that help, right? The gas can is definitely going to be taken care of on our side of the map, and Amagi is going down anyway. I mean, going in their direction. That looked like a decent drop. Oh yeah, 3 hits. Got a flooding, that's very good news. This almost certainly uses up damage control party, or is going to eat a flood. Okay, it used up damage control party. It should last long enough that this follow-up drop cannot start any floods though. But it can still deal a significant amount of damage. But I think Bayan's gonna take a lot of damage here. Yep. Yep. That's what? Almost 16,000 damage. No, that did cause a flooding. Yeah, he's just dead. Goodbye, Bayan. He would need a heal and nobody shooting him to actually survive that. But he didn't have that. Goodbye, Bayan. So the mistake he made was actually sailing in open water completely on his own in a match with a carrier that's 2 tiers higher. It's not a good idea. Same with this Amagi, right? If the Amagi and the Bayan had been together, both of them would have been significantly safer, because I can't just easily do these maneuvers where I fly over them, drop, you know, turn around, drop again. I would start losing planes and it would make me think twice, right? And I would accept worse angles to actually make the drop. Kinda like in this case on the Amagi. The reason why I accept it is because of the fighter planes. Now, I'm gonna continue flying because I'm gonna try to heal through the... Wait, what? I thought you were supposed to just be able to use a heal to live through fighter planes. I guess not. Damn, had I known that I would have pulled back immediately. Well, you live, you learn. It would be funny to drop on the Pobeda, but I think the angle just isn't going to be good for that. I'm gonna try to do a long-range drop on the Yamagi. So either we kill him, or either we hit him, or he turns away from the action. And considering there's no enemies, no green ships on that side of the map, that's gonna affect him negatively if he has to turn away, which is what he should do for that drop. Nope. He's not turning away, he's turning the other direction. And so he gets hit by 2 torpedoes. Not great, but they still hit. So if the Amagi wanted to avoid the torps, he should have turned into the torpedoes. So away from the actual battle. And that would have cost him some time. He decided to do the other option, so he took some damage instead. But now we're gonna do a follow-up. I was really hoping we could get a flood or something, but I guess not. I'm gonna try to hide behind the central island at B. This will put me very, very close to doing strikes. And, you know, this means I get to do more strikes, more damage, more success or chance to win, because it is a 4 versus 4. We definitely haven't won this game yet. It's 2 battleships and a destroyer versus 3 battleships. Ooh, I think this... I should be able to hit 1 or 2 torpedoes on the Massachusetts. I think. Okay, we're almost at the island. I'm gonna turn the autopilot off. I'm gonna point my ship myself so I know it's gonna run into the island properly. Because if you try to rely on the autopilot for trying to run into an island, you might end up in a very sketchy position where the autopilot starts reversing at a weird angle, and then you're stuck, you know, at like 5 knots speed while you're completely broadside to a battleship. And then the game just ends because you get deleted. So it's very important to try to manually maneuver when you want to actually run into an island. Okay, we should be able to punish the Amagi hard. Why is he showing so much broadside? If I were that Amagi, I would be turning in straight towards that Yumihari. It would have kept him safe from the torps, and it would have angled him against the Yumihari's shells. But he didn't do that. He decided to turn away, which increased the chance that my torpedoes hit him. Okay, next target. We have to finish off the Massachusetts. They are heading for the big cap because obviously we have a points lead, so they have to head in this direction. They can't be kiting away. If they start kiting away, it's a guaranteed loss. There is no chance to come back from that, I think. Because the points will just take in our favor and we eventually just win. So I think, yeah, they have to sail in this direction, which makes it easier for us to drop them. Okay, we only hit 1, but it did cause a flooding, so I think we can finish it with a follow-up. But we are down to 5 torpedo bombers, so it might be time to switch to dive bombers soon. I think we can hit like 1 or 2 torps. I'll just drop them from a very bad angle, but all we really need is 1 hit on the bow, because that's likely to cause a flood, and that will probably kill the Massachusetts. Or I guess he can just eat 2. Anyway, we ran out of torpedo bombers, so it's time for some dive bombers. I'm gonna drop a fighter right here, because it turns out we're in a 2 versus 2. Me and the Yumihari versus Nagato and the Pobeda. I think we hold an advantage, because we have 2 cap zones. And, well, this Nagato's and my position is very good for defending the B cap. Right, the Nagato can't threaten me in any real way. He can't shoot over the island in that way. And the Yumihari is in a relatively defensive spot, so the Nagato has to push into us, and I get to drop him constantly while he's doing that. Meanwhile, the Pobeda has to actually fly further away, and my anti-air will help the Yumihari as well a little bit. Also, the angle Nagato is coming in from means that I just have to fly in a straight line to get the perfect attack angle. Like that. So we caused fires, he damage control partied them, we're gonna turn around, hopefully get some more fires. If not, next run we'll probably get fires. So I think Nagato is gonna... yeah, his life is short. He just doesn't have options here. The CV really should be dropping lots and lots of fighters on his path, right? Like, if he had dropped a fighter on the edge of the cap zone, then Nagato would be heading in that direction. That's what the CV should have been doing for him. Because if that had been the case, then I couldn't just so freely drop him. Nagato had a lot of HP. It would have taken some serious time to actually take care of him. And I think they would have had a chance. But the fighters are just too late. The Nagato has already taken way too much damage. Yeah, now I gotta fire too. Nagato's... yeah, he's just dead. Unfortunate. I mean, Nagato tried his best, but it wasn't up for him. It was up to the CV. Okay, Yumihari is gonna go down. Well, probably. I'm gonna drop a fighter here, but it probably won't help. Yeah, it's way too late. It's gonna defend me, because Yumihari is dead, so it's up against... it's just me and the Pobeda. And I mean, this is not a guaranteed victory. Because both Pobeda and Kaga take a lot of damage from strikes, and I think Pobeda might actually be the better ship here. because you don't have flights, right? And flights are kind of useless against CVs because the fighter will just knock out everything after the first attack anyway. So I have 2 fighters that are protecting my ship, but I don't think that's gonna really help. I think I'm gonna take a lot of damage from that strike. The Pobeda tried to use fighters of his own, but his ship is in the wrong position. I think he got too close to the map edge, so autopilot started reversing. Yeah, look, see, the ship is reversing, right? And he's next to the border. Yeah, I think autopilot started reversing because he got too close to the border. Now it's gonna be pretty much a perfect torpedo drop. Considering there's 1 minute left, I don't know if it's worthwhile to even go and try get... Oh my god! That was 20,000 damage. Oh god, wow. You know, there's still a chance. I'm gonna just drop a fighter here. Should I even try to attack? If I try, I can get about 1 attack in and that's it, right? Nothing more. I cannot sink the Pobeda. So the only chance of losing this game, or winning this game, is if I make sure I survive. So I need the fighters, and I need them on the other side so that the CV can't freely drop from that direction either. So now we have fighters from both sides. There isn't enough time that I could actually make it to the enemy, so, you know, it is what it is. Wait, did the autopilot just run aground? Yeah, the autopilot just ran aground, right? That's weird. That's really weird. But anyways, it's gonna end in 10 seconds anyway. Now, the AA really isn't doing much, is it? Neither are the fighters, what the hell? Wow, we still took 7,000 damage. I think the angle was a lot worse, so that's why we took so much less damage. But man, those fighters really didn't help. Interesting. Neither did the Anti-Air, but that one I knew. Kaga's AA is pretty not great. Nevertheless though, 173k damage, we won the game as the last ship alive, 38 torpedo hits, 1808 base XP, Pobeda definitely gets a compliment for playing well. The kid should the kid deserves a compliment too. I think he played really well at the start by taking control over the cap zone. That definitely pushed us into action. Unfortunately, the rest of his team, especially the battleships, just weren't quite up to par. And Yumihare for being the last ship alive with me. Also deserves a compliment. 131k with the torps, 32k with the dive bombers, plus the fire damage. So that's like another 10k. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons and patron. Thank you very much for your continued support. And I hope I'll see you guys next time.